Thank goodness these people have so many rounds of ammo also. There we go. Enemy rocket artillery strikes have been neutralized. Oh, mission complete. There we go. By golly. Area recon, man. Was not expecting that. This battle will be a fine exemplar for military training. Ooh, S-ranked it. Hey, we finally got 2 Lancer veterans. Finally. Just in the time of the end, you know, just in the nick of the end of the war here. I cannot give up now. Darkson independence, our dream. There must be someone to inherit my desire. Oh. Rest now, darling. Mika, is it you? My wife. You want me to stop? I understand. This isn't the path that was in your heart. But I cannot stop it anymore. People of Randgrease, hurry and flee. We've won. Dahao, you won't be able to prevail over Kurt. No, it's not over. What do you mean? Calamity Raven has been eliminated, haven't they? That ballistic missile is still preparing to launch. What? It's as I feared. The countdown has already begun. How much time is left? Imca looks bored back there. 10 minutes. Can't we shut it off? No, there isn't a way to stop the launch system from the control center. Seriously? Can we destroy the launch system? That's too dangerous. We'll have to let it launch. Then what'll happen to Randgrease? Once it lifts off, we won't let it touch the ground. What? I'm gonna alter its trajectory and velocity. Valerie, I'll need your help. Right away. Riela, Imca, head outside and wait for my orders. Yep. You understood. I must stay here to deal with the calculations. Amy, use the wireless and relay my orders to those outside. Understood. Wait, we're letting it fire? That's right, the captain and Valerie are currently calculating the trajectory. What are our orders? Go scout the area to verify where the missile is going to fire from. Make sure it's not damaged and there's nothing obstructing the path. Understood. Leave it to me. Nah, you totally... You take that thing out while it's on the ground. Trajectory adjustments completed. We've altered it so that it fires perpendicular to our view. Good. I'm almost finished adjusting the velocity. Hopefully this will mean that it won't land anywhere dangerous. I need to prepare the launching pad. Hurry and finish the installation. Amy, what's the situation outside? It's a disaster. There's an installation rig that's stuck. What? If that's the case, we can't alter its trajectory. Randgrease is in danger. We've got 5 minutes until launch. Amy, tell them to use heavy weaponry to destroy the parts that are stuck. Sir, message to all squad members, destroy the installation rig that's stuck. We're gonna blow up the installation device? Just make sure you don't hit the missile. High-risk situations like this were made for us. We're almost out of time. We only have 5 minutes left. Let me. One strike from VAR and it'll break right off. Alright, if I just treat it like an ordinary practice, then there'll be no problem. Me too. It's just like what we always do. Go! It hasn't budged a bit. You guys haven't hit it at all. Be careful not to hit the supporting frame. Let's finish this toy with one strike. Bit more than one strike there, but I like it. They did it. The installation rig has been removed. Begin altering the guidance rails. There's 1 minute left. The countdown's starting. That's too fast. I'll only be able to adjust the angle. You won't have enough time for that. Amy, signal Riela. Riela, there's only 1 minute left. Get ready. Understood. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Angle of fire 90 degrees. The angle has been changed. 3, 2, 1, launch. Shot the missile straight up, it sounds like. It's a success. It's firing straight up. It's right above. Riela! Yes. Yeah. This is it. On October 25th, 1935, the Principality of Gallia and the Empire signed a peace treaty to end the war.
休戦協定が締結された。ラムゼー・クロー中佐が指示した死亡手続きにより、ネームレスと呼ばれた部隊はガリアから完全に消えた。
Thanks to Lieutenant Colonel Ramsey Crow's efforts to fake the deaths of the Nameless, Squad 422's deeds disappeared from Gallia's history books.
帝国とユグド教側も帝国領内のとある遺跡が原因不明の爆発により消滅した事件を非公開とし、
The mysterious explosion that happened within Imperial borders was covered up by the Empire and Yigdist Church. It was never made public.
領内に侵入したネームレスの武力行使を公にはしなかった。
Furthermore, the Empire never published the story that the Nameless had invaded.
こうしてクルト・アービングと戦友たちは一足遅れての終戦を迎えた。
Kurt Irving and his comrades had finally achieved their long-awaited peace.
また、休戦協定締結後、ガリア公国元首コーデリア・ギ・ランドグリーズは
In addition, after the ceasefire was signed, Princess Cordelia of the Randgrees royal family
自らがダルクス人であることを宣言。ダルクス人の心に新たな希望の火が灯った。
revealed her true Darkson heritage, which lit a new beacon of hope for the Darkson people. Yeah.
戦士の陰で激闘を繰り広げた2つの黒き部隊の存在は
In the end, only a very few select people knew.
わずかな者たちの記憶に留め置かれるのみであった。
Of the shots fired by the two black uniformed squadrons during the war. Oof.
やったやったぞ
We've succeeded? We've succeeded!
やった俺たちはやったんだ
We did it!
でかい仕事をやってのけたなおい
Now this is something that deserves a medal.
少しは俺も誇れることができたか
This guy. I helped too. Shouldn't I be praised as well?
当たり前じゃないですか。
Isn't that obvious?
勝ったんですね、本当に。
This really is our victory.
さすがに寿命が縮んだわ。
I suspect my lifetime has shortened.
一世一代のスペクタクルだったね。
It's incredible. I've never seen anything like that in my long life.
いいものが見られました
This is truly a sight for sore eyes.
あんなもので世界を従わせようなんて、この私が認めないわ。
I don't think relying on something like that would cause the world to surrender.
そうだな間違ったことを止められてよかったぜ
That's right. We stopped a poor little lamb from walking further astray.
これで本当に戦争が終わるに違いない。
The war is finally over.
長いようで短かったね。
It was both long and short.
よくやってくれたみんなこれでやっと俺も最後の命令を出せる
You were all outstanding. It's now time for my final order.
最後の命令？
Your final order?
そう隊長が部隊に出す最後の命令だ
That's right. This is the order the captain gives as he leaves his squad.
君たちはガリアを離れ新しい生活を始めることになる
You have all left Gallia, and you are on the verge of starting new lives.
大陸はまだ戦乱の最中だ国籍を失った以上暮らしも楽ではないだろう
Europa's conflict still rages on. We've not only lost our nationality, but also our happy lives.
だが今日まで戦い抜いた君たちは何があろうと負けはしないと信じている
But after today's battle, I know that whatever you do in the future, you will not fail.
いつの日かこの戦いの日々を 笑って語り合える。
One day we will laugh and share our war stories with other people.
そんな時が迎えられるよう最高の自分を目指して進んでいってくれ。
When that day comes, I hope that everyone will have become the best they can be.
君たちの名前は忘れない。
I won't forget any of your names.
ネームレス解散。
Nameless, you're dismissed.
63カリサ・コンチェン。
Number 63, Carissa Conson.
隊長さんの出世払いは必ず取り立てますよ。は、利子はおまけしときます。
Captain, instead of everyone praising you, they should pay you money, with interest, of course.
1. イムカ。
Number 1, Imca.
私のことは心配いらない。
You don't need to worry about me.
クルトの選択は間違っていない。
Kurt, there's nothing wrong with your choice.
でも今はまだおめでとうと言えない。
But right now, I still can't say congratulations.
すまない。
I'm sorry. Presumably about Riela. Yeah. I kind of expected.
あなたに出会えてよかった。
I'm happy I could meet you. Right now, I'm happy that I can be proud of this strength.
リエラ
Riela,
俺は
I will give you happiness,
それは
even if it takes a lifetime to accomplish.
いいかな。
Do you accept?
はい。
I do. I'm gonna have to edit out the sound here. Yeah, credits. Or maybe post scene, I don't know. Unfortunately, this song is one of the only songs that Sega has like in the copyright system for YouTube, so dang. You know, they mentioned there, Riela mentioned that the war was both long and short. And that's really been my experience in playing these games. You know, I mean, this was the fourth of the 4 main games for me to play. Like, there's no more main Valkyria Chronicles for me to play, and I'm pretty bummed about that, honestly. But you know, some of the games overstayed their welcome a little bit, and this one was long. My gosh, it was long. And you know, I don't really know what to make of like what they did with Gusurg and Lydia there at the end. Like, suddenly it was kind of I don't know, a battlefield romance sort of story. I mean, she was trying to get him killed most of the time. If she ever would have given him an appropriate number of troops, maybe he could have defeated the Nameless, you know, earlier. But I'd be... They tell stories that are so good, in my opinion. These stories are just so good, and you know, making it so that Lydia and Gusurg were kind of realizing they were in love a little bit, or that they loved each other. Maybe not that they were, you know, simultaneously in love or anything. That's just... I didn't see that coming. I didn't expect them to do it well, and it totally caught me off guard. And even Zig, you know, Zig was a young kid, it seemed, and you know, his dedication to Dahao and even his kind of his parting words there were really good. I mean, just the writing and the voice acting and everything was just great. Obviously, some weird issues with the translation and stuff, but frankly, I think they did a great job. And just the story in this was so deep, and yeah, there's curtains and Gusurg in the tank right there in the background of the screen. But yeah, the Riela saying that the war was both long and short has been my experience playing through Valkyria Chronicles. And if you haven't seen my Valkyria Chronicles 4 playthrough, be sure to watch that one as well. But as I'm speaking here, I've completed the series, so my thoughts here are even with the benefit of what 4 does. And, 4, they deal with some kind of similar topics here. Weapons of mass destruction and mutually assured destruction and, love and loss and that sort of thing. And they even built upon the direct control power that Kurt had. One thing I'm kind of interested in is when exactly, Valkyria Chronicles 4 was ending, there's like a report like, oh yeah, Maximilian died. And then I feel like that game went on a while longer before the treaty was ultimately signed. Well, before hostilities ended and a treaty was going to be signed. So I'd be interested to see if the dates line up between this one and Valkyria Chronicles 4 about the exact date of that treaty. It probably does, Is this a cutscene in the background or something? Well, if it is, I can't read it. I don't think so, but... I got the impression after Valkyria Chronicles 4 that the ultimate treaty was signed in the winter. And maybe that's just me conflating things because part of Valkyria Chronicles 4 was much further north. I don't know. But yeah, this... I really liked how tactical they made this game. You're attacking to, destroy their ammunition depot of the, 101st, Armored Division, whatever it was, like they talked about at the very beginning. It was really neat. And I didn't kind of realize that we were on like a freight train to the end there without even the ability to stop, but I would have taken a bit more of a look at some of the side characters stuff. Yeah, that reminds me, Layla mentioned that her little brother was over in, Squad 7 with the militia. I don't recall who that would be. I'll need to look at that. And, part of me... I feel bad for Imca. I didn't choose to romance her. That's fine, but she's going out with she lost her sense of vengeance. It seems like I was able to identify some of her own self-worth beyond the vengeance. But she's got her life is going to be different, and I would hope that Kurt and Riela, stay, keep in touch with Imca, and maybe they live near each other or something like that, just to help kind of be Imca's support. Oh, there's Layla. Had a lot of interesting characters in this, and ultimately having Gusurg switch sides midway through, man. And then his character arc was really, really interesting. Kind of passive at the beginning to ultimately supporting Kurt to becoming empowered by Kurt to, make his own decisions and to fight for what he believes in. And then ultimately even being willing to be, the bad guy on behalf of Dahao to support that dream of a Darkson future. And honestly, I totally forgot during pretty much all of this that there's Lydia, that Cordelia was Darkson. And so, the ray of hope that they needed for an independent Darkson, friendly country was Cordelia. It was the current leader of Gallia. And, just the whole idea that this group of Darksons, and that's another thing, my goodness, my thoughts are just kind of just happening here, I apologize, but, the idea, okay, so sorry, a couple things. First of all, we spent almost this entire game killing Darksons. The Calamity Raven was an entire squad of Darksons. That sucks, you know? There's the squad. By golly. And their idea that a second... Oh. Oh. Smile, Kurt, you monster. Oh. Oh, look at them. They clean up nice. Oh. Imca. Taking the tank. Oh, oh, oh. I'm the luckiest person in the world. The end. Oh, it was nice that Imca was there. Okay, we're going back for the Imca kind of story arc here. Now, at this point, I've already beaten the game, and many of these are different. See, a boy and his hero. You see it says Riela there. I'm thinking that since we've already completed some of these, and this is basically New Game Plus at this point, that we may be able to just kind of go relatively quickly through the Imca stories, cutscenes as well. So I'm not sure. We will see. Were you looking for me? I still haven't found my goal.
そのことだが、
About that.
俺はイムカの目的に協力するという約束を破るかもしれない。
I might need to break my promise. I can't help you find your goal.
理由を聞かねばならない。
Bumped the mic, sorry about that. I want to know your reason.
俺はもう一度ネームレスに戻り、帝国に行くことにした。
I've decided to once again enter the Nameless and head into Imperial territory.
帝国へ
To the Empire?
帝国領内に危険な巨大兵器がある。
Within the Empire, there exists a terribly dangerous weapon.
それを使われる前に破壊しなければならない。
I must destroy it before it becomes operational.
生きて戻れなければ約束を破ることになる。
If I don't come back alive, then our pact will be broken.
それでも俺は帝国に行き、破壊と戦乱を生むものを止めたいと思っている。
I must go to the Empire. I must stop those who wish to fan the flames of war once more.
それがクルトの望みなら構わない。
If that's what you think, then I won't disagree.
許してくれるのか？
You agree?
新しい目的はクルトがいなければ意味がない。
If I don't have Kurt, then finding my goal is meaningless.
クルトだけを地獄へは行かせない。
I won't let you go to the underworld alone.
一緒に戦ってくれるのか？
Then do you wish to come with me?
どうした？
What's wrong?
聞きたい言葉はそれじゃない。
I don't want to hear you say it like that.
え？あ、じゃあ、
Then,
そうだな。
then,
ずっと俺についてきてくれるか？
do you want to follow me?
それでもない。
That's not it. You need to order her. She wants to be ordered.
じゃあ、つまり俺と
Then what you mean is you and me...
はい。
Yes.
今なんて
What did you just say? Oh, goodness.
イムカ本当に俺でいいのか
Imca, do you really want to be with me?
返事はした。一度しか言わない。
I've already answered you once. I don't want to say it twice.
もう一度ちゃんと言わせてくれないか
You can't say it just one more time?
いや、必要ない。
There's no need.
一生離れない。
We will never part. By golly. By golly.
来ると、本当に策なんてあるのか？
Kurt, did you really think of a plan to deal with that?
実はない
I actually have not.
やっぱり、私は騙されない。
Obviously, you can't fool me.
みんなを騙したわけじゃない
I didn't want to lie to everybody.
策はなくてもあるといえばみんな俺を信じて戦ってくれる
But if I didn't say it like that, our morale would have been lowered.
今出せる最高の答えは俺がみんなを信じて戦うことなんだ
Right now, the best strategy isn't fighting better, but in keeping our confidence high.
俺とみんなが互いに信頼し合っていつもの力を発揮する
By working together in unison, our performance as a squad
そうすれば何があっても最高の結果が出せる
will no doubt achieve the best possible outcome.
私はずっとそのつもりで戦ってきた。来るともそうじゃないか？
I've always marched into battle with that mentality. Aren't you the same?
俺は君の名を聞いたあの日から一度もイムカを疑ったことはない
Ever since I heard your name that day, I've never doubted you.
これからもずっと私は変わらない。
I won't change.
俺もだ変わるわけがない
Me too. I won't change either. Oh. We have to... Okay, so basically with all these cutscenes, it was just pretty straightforward swapping Imca in. I'm not going to fight the final battle again, but we will... I'll try and find the Imca ending. Maybe on somebody else's channel or something. I'll try and find the footage of it. Okay, we're watching the Imca ending from another person's playthrough. Many thanks to Cypher Gaming, I believe it was. Nameless, you're dismissed. For many... 63, Carissa Conson. Already saw this. For the most part, the side missions, the missions leading up to this, were just little swaps of Imca and Riela. But here we go. Riela Marcellus, number 13. I think I'm already very happy. Because Kurt's happiness is also my happiness. Kurt, falling in love with you is my greatest honor. Take care. That's nice. I mean, she confessed her love, so she falls in love with him no matter what. Imca making the first move. Kurt, what do you think? As long as I'm with you, together, I can do anything. Then why don't we find your new goal? Huh? Oh. Why don't we think about what to do together? We'll be together forever. That's nice. Yeah, so the cutscenes that were leading up to that were just kind of swapping out Riela we're swapping out Imca saying something in support of Kurt. It's very minor, frankly. I went back, I was able to watch them previously, but here, we'll jump to Imca's ending here. You'll recall that with Riela, we had their wedding. Tim hit me. There, Lena. It's okay. Stop crying. Tim, you mustn't hit her. But Lena, whatever happened, violence is not the solution, okay? Fine. Okay, good kids. Now, make up and shake hands. The curry's ready. Curry, the curry's here. Look at all these hungry faces. But the hungriest is Imca, right? You're the worst, and our food expenses are quite high. But I still love Mama. I love Mama too. Me too. You guys. Imca, I love you too. What, Kurt, what are you saying? Mama's face is all red. Really red. Super red. It's not true. Come on, everyone, let's eat. Once it gets cold, it won't taste as good. Okay. I'm so starving, I'll dig in. Well, let's hurry up and eat. Okay. So presumably orphans? I mean, there was I mean, that can't be all of their kids at this point. I mean, there were what, at least 6 of them. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking that they're helping house orphans or something. I mean, they were calling her Mama. Yeah, maybe they're adopting kids who were, orphaned by the war or something like that. Well, that's nice. No mention of Riela, in the final video there for Imca's Path. So, interesting. I don't know. Okay, back to the regular show. Oh, it was nice that Imca was there. Do you wish to save your clear game data? Yes. We'll do, up here. Wonder what we ended up at. Probably 53 hours and change. Save data loaded. Okay. Yeah. We'll load back into this here. Yeah. Actually, hang on. I wanna see this again because there were some parts of that video that I don't remember being in the game. Okay, so I'm gonna let that load and then I'll have to get rid of the music for it again. But just 1 second. The idea of like a whole group of Darksons that are like, we're gonna wipe out Randgreaves and that's gonna earn us more, respect, and it's gonna be incredible. Like, no, you're just. He even called it. Dahao called it a second Darkson calamity. Like, that's not going to help your cause, And I can appreciate how if you're blinded by rage or loss or hate or whatever, that you may not be thinking like that, but Dahao's send off was also very nice. His wife, kind of telling him to stand down and so anyway, I kind of thought for a little while there that maybe Zig was going to end up being Dahao's kid, like with his wife, but obviously not. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. I feel like there were some parts in this that I don't remember seeing. So okay, I don't remember any of this. I don't remember like snow sadness. I mean, maybe this isn't a cutscene from the game, of course, but a lot of this intro movie is set in like depressing snow times. See this? I don't remember if it was. No. I don't remember that. Yeah, okay, this definitely was. Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't remember this part. Or this part where Imca's going bonkers here in a second. Yeah, we definitely didn't. Well, I don't remember Imca, you know, going ham on that tank with her sword or anything. Yeah, okay, I remember that. Yeah, Mamoto. I had forgotten that they showed Riela as a Valkyria in the intro. I didn't remember that. Oh, yeah. Okay. You know, and maybe there was a cutscene that I'm just not remembering. I don't remember. But I had been kind of looking forward to the cutscene with her, like, using her sword on that tank and stuff. But I don't remember it. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, 54 hours, 26 minutes. My gosh. Yeah, we'll load this and see what it tells us. I shouldn't have to sit through the videos, right? Don't make me sit through the videos. Oh wow, Pierce the Central Front was added. Anxiety for the Future. Kid's Head for the Future. The Lion and the Diva. Carissa's Maxim. Sky. And Ilmari joined. Please give a warm welcome to the newest member to join the Nameless.
7じゃねえな17だイルマリガソット
I'm sorry, what? What is this? I'm number 7. No, wait, number 17. Ilmari Gasotto.
昼寝する場所もねえしめんどくせえとこに来ちまったな
There's no place to nap here. This is going to be so boring. All right, you and Deet are going to be like primary. Been awarded a medal? The Nameless medal. Maybe we'll go back to base camp and check out some of that stuff here. Cleared game. A cleared game retains levels, developed equipment, and everything else obtained. Story missions can now be revisited, as well as any branches that were initially unselected. Okay. Additional missions have been added as well. Take a look. Okay, so now we could go back and choose like the Imca story and that sort of thing. I wonder if we can just go back and just straight up view the Imca ending. But here, let's have a look at what we've got. Tank base, that's not it. Bulletin board, what do we have? Personnel stats. Imca, the tank driver. And then, so maybe that's why Carissa spoke at the end about why, you know, how we should be paid in money. Maybe it's because she was one of my top 3 deployed. Wow, Riela's down there. Riela was number 7. Wow, my goodness. Oops, here. How about enemy kills? But she was number 1 in enemy kills. Well, Imca was, excuse me. Riela was number 8 in enemy kills. Best combo, Carissa and Alphonse. All right. Scout, Shock Trooper. My 2 biggest areas to deploy. Okay, we got some new stuff here. Galleon Grand Order of Merit, reserved for squads of great military exploits given to the Nameless for their heroic fight against the Imperials. Nameless Medal, awarded after their final battle, Squad 422 disbanded, their unrecorded chronicles now lost in the fog of war. Order of the Holy Lance, Swift Victory. The medal is Bronze Arms of Gallia. That's for defeating over 250 enemy units, over 500 enemy units for silver, and 1,000 enemy units for the Golden Arms of Gallia. My gosh. 100 enemy tank units was what we're at. Anti-tank Medal of Excellence. Wow. All right, yeah, total kills 10,038. We had 4 C ranks, 47 S ranks. Wow. Was not expecting that. Do we have the... Oh, no, it doesn't have the... Doesn't have the side missions on here. That's okay. Okay. I feel like there was a place we could view news or something up here, too. Personnel and world data. Oh, Gusarg. How about Layla? What's your brother? Who's your brother? Due to her dominating personality, she takes pleasure when others submit to her. Truly a personality of a queen. She was sent to the Nameless due to her outspoken nature. Layla Perrin. Yeah, I don't know. Elmari. Oh, we got a couple people who still haven't joined us. Oh. Drill instructor, here he is. Although he has no actual combat experience, Antonio Jose Rodriguez is a skilled combat instructor. No one actually calls him by his name as he feels quite strongly about that. He's number 100. Interesting. And I feel like that might be the guy who ends up being the, the instructor at Landseal. Varat. Yeah, they did so good at the beginning of this with different just having, callbacks to other games. Oh, Isara. It was nice when Imca gave her a salute. Bridget Starks, excellent. I didn't realize this, but in Valkyria Chronicles 1, the person who voices Bridget Starks is the same person who voiced Yuna from Final Fantasy X. So, it's pretty cool. I forget her name. I follow her on Twitter. It's going to bother me. Anyway. Edie Nelson. Homer. Oh, Homer Perrin. Here we go. Layla Perrin's brother. He's a member of the malicious 3rd Regiment, Squad 7. With the heart and temperament of an angel, he joined the Gallian militia despite his poor health. Okay. So he was maybe in one of the missions and I'm just not remembering? I don't recall. Jan? Alright. Yeah. We got like a whole bunch of people from Squad 7 here. Oh, Baldrin. Baldrin and Audrey. Gonna be bad guys in Valkyria Chronicles 2. Leon Hardens. Hubert Brixham. Oh, he had different pages. Yeah. Zeri, Cosette, Juliana. Oh. Borgia. After Eisler failed, he was excommunicated by the Yigdish Church. After being killed by Dahau at the Valkyrian Hammer, he was still regarded as a good man among the masses. Yeah. Yeah. Lydia. Honestly, just Jaeger, Berthold Gregor. Yeah, the Doctor, Forrester. I'm surprised she wasn't involved, and maybe she was in Valkyria Chronicles 4. I don't know. Anyway, newspapers. Let's see what they had for... Okay, well... never mind. We won't be doing that. Any of these? Nope. Okay. All right. Well, you can assume that the newspapers accurately reflect what happened in Valkyria Chronicles 1, but perhaps not this one. Man. What a... go back to the map of Gallia here. And then let's go over to this and see if we can just play... No. No, we'd have to... I'll reload that and then edit it together so that we're not... I'm not just playing it here at the end, but... By golly. Yeah, see, and so this is the chapter list. Oops. There's the chapters, you know. But then here are, you know, some fragments, some memories and stories. You know, the Rise of Calamity Raven. The Falcon of Gallia. I had started to play that one at one point just to learn a little bit more of Alphonse. But I mean, the story alone was taking like 20 minutes, so I didn't even get into it. But like, look at how many of these there are. I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to these when I have just some more time. I feel like getting back into Valkyria Chronicles in the future. And there was some DLC, I guess. You know, number 1 is Restless. Yeah. I don't know. Here, we'll just go into this. By golly. Ooh, an unforgettable encounter. We never saw that one. Well, by golly. We've finally won. This is way early in the story. Can I bother you for a second? Sure, what's up? You're the squad's second in command, right? How should I record Squad 422 in the battle report? Haha! But I'm not the second in command. Really? The person with the captain at all times is usually second in command. It's not like that. I'm just number 13. Number 13. You use numbers to refer to each other? That seems cold-hearted. Well, among squad mates, we do use names. Oh no, I shouldn't say that. Huh? Please forget what I just said. Huh? No worries. I forgot it already. I'm terribly sorry. Don't worry about it. I'm the one who should apologize, asking such a question. Don't say it like that. I'm quite happy. It's because we don't get the chance to speak to many outsiders. Then your life must be very painful. But that place is actually my paradise. Paradise? That's a pretty cheerful word. It's like she has nowhere else to go. She's the same as me. Yeah, more than you know, Alicia. Squad 7's captain is quite something, isn't he? Number 7 was praising him. Really? He said there are few captains who can move a squad that quickly. I think he's just an ordinary person, but I guess if an outsider looks in, he seems special. That's right. I thought he was just some crazy beetle nut at first, but it turns out he's completely different. His appreciation of beetles isn't fake. This is what he said to me. When you put on a uniform, you look just like a rhinoceros beetle. Very handsome. Yep, direct quote from Valkyria Chronicles 1 right there. He's just like a child. Your squad leader looks very earnest, very mature. How so? Once he gets angry, he starts eating candy like there's no tomorrow. Your captain is so gentle. How could he get angry? Despite his temper, how should I say it? He treats people very kindly. I thought he was cold, but it looks like I was wrong. That's right. It's like I say, you can't judge a book by its cover. Ha, that's so true of people, too. Okay. All right. Well, by golly. Oh, well, we got more. Hello, do you mind if I chat with you? I saw you fighting back there. Your fighting style is quite unique. There's nothing interesting about me. Well, I'm actually interested in your weapon. If you don't mind, do you think I could take a look at it? If you just look, it's okay. Thank you. I understand now. This is a composite rifle with the body from an anti-tank cannon. Did you make this? That's right. It's unmatched in strength. I have no doubt it is. I've never seen such an innovative weapon. Oh, I see. The weapon has the functionality to install artillery shells, right? It isn't finished yet. Right now, that feature doesn't work. I think you should change this top portion from automatic to manual. What? How could you understand something like this? A complicated system has more chances for error. Plus, it might overheat and warp the frame. If you change the top portion to manual, you can lower the number of moving parts and increase its durability. Although the loading speed would depend on the user's skill. I don't think that's a problem for you. What do you think? Who are you? How can an ordinary person understand so much just by looking at it? I'm Isara Gunther. I'm Squad 7's tank driver and maintenance crew. Gunther? Darksons don't have surnames. The Gunther family adopted me and gave me my surname. So that's why Welkin and I are brother and sister. I volunteered to join the Galleon militia so I could be with my brother in battle. I used to have a little brother. Always treasure your family. Yeah. It looks like it's time for us to go our separate ways. I hope to see you again. It's kind of funny, I guess, but I had remembered that when Imca talked about her gun later and how Isara had helped with it, I didn't understand it. I thought I'd missed something or something had been badly translated, but no, there was just a whole scene I had missed. Man, I think that's probably about as good as any other to as a way to go out from the series, at least for now. A chance encounter with Isara from Valkyria Chronicles 1 that I legitimately just happened to miss during the playthrough. So I talked a lot during the credits about some of my thoughts there. Yeah. This was a really complex story. This was a complicated story. I would love a remake of this, but with how long it is, I think you could maybe even just do a remake that maybe has half as many battles in between the main story missions, and maybe try and hash out the Gusurg and Lydia, potential love story arc there, or yeah, I mean that would just be one way to do it. But they had so many different little side stories going on with a 3 battle story involving Leon Hardens or whatever the case is. That there was a lot going on in this game. Other things that I didn't talk about though. I really like that we got rid of the research tree. That thing in Valkyria Chronicles 2 was just overwhelming for me. But I didn't necessarily like how the store was implemented. I mean, at this point, I've got 500,000 credits. So I can just go in and buy everything from the store here. But I couldn't easily tell what was an upgrade, and there were a number of side grades. And oh gosh, purchasing maps. You can now buy maps and logistics. Once purchased, new missions will appear on the overworld map. To play the new maps, press L or R on the overworld map to switch maps, then select a new icon to tackle the new challenges awaiting. I'm talking about, oh my gosh. Fight for Cordelia. TC. just TC, huh? I don't know. Anyway, but, you know, like not being able to readily tell, like, okay, you know, the Rowan ARG-1, that looks pretty similar to what I've been using, but is it actually an upgrade from what I currently have equipped? I can't tell that here. That was always frustrating. And then same with the suits. I mean, you had side-graded suits, like, you know, the suppression and special defense is huge on this suit, but it has very little, you know, rear defense and side defense and stuff, so it really wasn't that helpful for me in some cases. The tank, you know, the tank in this game, it just didn't play as big of a role as it did in Valkyria Chronicles 1 and 4, certainly. I do like the amount of customization that they have in Valkyria Chronicles 2 and 3, frankly. And, you know, we were able to roll it out kind of as a panther there. Well, I mean, we used a ridiculous turret with much higher damage than the vaguely military-looking one, but nonetheless, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, we didn't really have, I mean, I didn't read much of the news, you know, I just tried to do that here, but I liked the character that they developed in pretty much everybody except for Kurt. Like, right up until the end there, Kurt was, like, completely clueless about, like, feelings and, and, you know, just, wait, you mean to tell me that you liked that? Or whatever the case is, you know, until, like, the final 20 minutes of cutscenes there, he was still just a socially awkward sort of person. In one of the more recent episodes, or one of the more recent recordings, I even mentioned, like, I can't tell if they wrote him specifically that he is intended to be, like, on the autism spectrum, which is fine, or if it was just that kind of, if they didn't write it that way, that's how it came off to me. And so, you know, I don't know. I don't know if it was good or bad writing. I can't tell. The Imca, you know, there were some really poignant story moments in this. You know, after Imca fails to get her vengeance, her background sound is just kind of a bit annoying here. Just some music. You know, her feeling like, okay, you know, I've got to end it. I've got to chase Selvaria into the afterlife. You know, having like a soul purpose and losing that soul purpose, or, you know, a soul goal in life. Like, I will do X, Y, or Z with my life. This will be my career. This is absolutely what's going to happen. You know, when it doesn't work out, you know, it can be like incredibly depressing, and I totally get that. Ah, man. And then just the whole just Calamity Raven, you know, the deaths of pretty much all of their leaders. You know, it was a combination of the writing and the music, and it just, they all hit, and even Dahao and his wife and everything. And I mean, I still liked Dahao. Like, I wish he wouldn't have been a bad guy trying to play a bunch of different people, you know, for his own purposes. But I liked him. I think he was a very well-written, well, he was a complex bad guy, which we don't have with many of the bad guys in Valkyria Chronicles. You know, Valkyria Chronicles 4, you know, there's a Valkyria who's, you know, it's clear that they kind of built on some of the issues that Riela was facing with not being able to fully transform, and it kind of hurting her from time to time, and maybe not always being in control of her powers. They built on that in Valkyria Chronicles 4. But the writing for the bad guys, at least one of the main bad guys that you fought over and over and over and over again, was a tremendous step backwards. Like, it was just male chauvinist, you know, hooligan, just obsessed with with being inappropriate to the ladies, basically. And so that was kind of disappointing, but yeah. I'll probably do a review, like a short review, or maybe even a longer one. I don't know. I'll put my thoughts together. The gameplay in this, I really enjoyed. You know, there were some times where, you know, specific button mappings, you know, the fact that circle was crouch, but it was also like stand by or like retreat. That got me in one mission that I still distinctly remember. It just had some weird control issues, but, you know, playing a fan patch, you know, this long after the game came out, it was always going to be kind of a bit of a tricky situation. But, yeah, I don't know, the storytelling, and I've still got to go back and play the last couple Imca videos just so we've got those, you know, for purposes of the replay of the video and of the full movie version and whatnot. I do enjoy that sort of thing. So if you've stuck through this, you know, if you're listening to this, you know that I really appreciate your support. You know, even just watching these videos, there's not a ton of comments, they don't get a ton of views, but, you know, Valkyria Chronicles, you know, as a gamer who's older, has a family, and, you know, just an established career and that sort of thing, like the stories in these games and the gameplay, you know, the idea of turn-based combat is important to me. My reflexes aren't super amazing, or anything like that. You know, these games scratched an itch in terms of gaming that I had no idea was even there. You know, a vaguely fantasy setting, World War II hybrid, yeah, sure, with some witches, but then combined with the storytelling, like, my gosh, who sat down and thought that, you know, Valkyria Chronicles 1 is going to be like somebody's perfect game? You know, it's probably not quite a perfect game for me, but by golly, it is up there. It's certainly, Valkyria Chronicles 1 is certainly in my top 3 favorite games. And I don't know that I would put 2 or 3, and certainly not 4 up there. But I mean, they're all excellent. You know, they took an amazing idea in Valkyria Chronicles 1 and they just built on it. And I can't express how great these games are for me as a consumer, at least in terms of the story that was told and the idea of the gameplay. Were they padded out? Yeah, particularly this one. I mean, we're by the time I'm done recording this, we're going to be north of 54 hours, I think it is. But the stories didn't often pull punches. You know, they just didn't. I've talked about it. Be sure to listen to the final episode of all of my playthroughs and just to kind of get my final thoughts on these games. You know, Valkyria Chronicles 2 didn't have a whole lot to do with like relationships and that sort of thing, but they were all a bunch of kids, you know. Valkyria Chronicles 1 absolutely did. This one definitely did. Valkyria Chronicles 4 does as well. And so, you know, that I'm a sucker for that sort of stuff. But I'm also a sucker for like tech trees and, you know, good sniper placement and defensive placements and stuff, even if it didn't seem like it, because frankly, when I'm sitting down to play this stuff, you know, I'm so tired, you know, anyway, you know, my gameplay was not high skill, but that also was often plagued by the time of day that I was sitting down to play it and how long the day had been before that and that sort of thing. But still, you know, I hope that these are things that, you know, you or, you know, my daughter someday can just kind of sit down and just listen to, you know, listen to there's just somebody going through this and reading it all aloud for the people who may have visual impairments or, you know, frankly just want the story but don't want to spend the 52 hours of playing it. So, and hopefully that's where the movie versions will come in. But either way, I'm honestly, I'm just hugely bummed that I'm done with Valkyria Chronicles main games. Hopefully there will be a Valkyria Chronicles 6. Sorry, 5. I don't think that Valkyria Chronicles 4 sold very well. So, I just don't know. I don't know if there will be one. I hope so. But you know, these games always end just a little bit bittersweet for me. Whether it was the teacher Hubert, the Professor Brixham's kind of speech at the end of Valkyria Chronicles 2, or Valkyria Chronicles 1. You know, everyone kind of going their separate ways, and you know, kind of seeing Welkin and Alicia and Valkyria Chronicles 4 obviously having some you know, love and loss and that sort of thing. The end of these games is always a little bit melancholic, and I'm kind of being crushed by that, knowing that there won't be another one of these for me to play. And you know, you only have your like first experience with the game once. Like that ending that I just played through there, you know, Dehao getting, you know, hugged by his dead wife. I'm only going to have that first experience just once. And, you know, between that and Lydia and Gusurg and Zig, and it's just, honestly, it's just kind of sad right now. Not gonna lie. And it's okay to talk about that sort of thing. If you guys haven't gathered from who I am just as a content creator yet, like I'm an incredibly masculine man that every man would like to be. And, you know, you know, the point is you can absolutely talk about your feelings. You can embrace it. You can understand how you feel and be able to articulate it. And that's something that's not very important to a lot of people. But I'll tell you, the end of this game made me sad. And the fact that I'm at the end of the series here is making me even more sad. I'm happy that I did. It's a bittersweet sort of thing. I'm happy that I did it. Frankly, I'm happy that it's over because I've got just other things I need to do, being 54 hours into this. But, you know, when you've experienced a piece of art and, you know, that experience is kind of coming to an end, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if, you know, in 6 months when I feel like playing these again, I pick this back up and I go play through the character chapters or something, you know, go learn about Layla and you know, do the Galleon Falcon side mission and stuff like that, you know. And I think I've still got some side missions I need to do in Valkyria Chronicles 2. So, you know, there's still some more content out there. Okay, I'm talking myself out of this rut. I'm coming around. I'm coming back around. But you know, the main story, understanding the main story and whatnot is great. But there's a little bit of melancholy to it. So, at any rate, I do appreciate you hanging in. Make no mistake, if you enjoyed this, I strongly recommend that you play these. The emulator that's out there is pretty easy to use. Frankly, it's not that hard. You can always DM me on Twitter or through Discord, and I'm happy to just kind of point you to the right places. I wasn't totally sure how like YouTube or Sega treated emulation, so I didn't want to provide links to it like in the video at risk of like Sega copyright striking or something like that. I don't really know. I don't know how it works, but I didn't want to risk it. So anyway, strong recommend. Look forward to the review in the near future. Man, I honestly, even when I sat down to play Valkyria Chronicles 2, I didn't know when it would be that I would eventually finish Valkyria Chronicles 3, but here it is. And we ended on a cutscene with Isara and Imca. Good old Isara, one of the more impactful characters in Valkyria Chronicles 1, undoubtedly. So probably a good way to go out. I appreciate you watching. Let me know about other games you'd like to see me play in the comments, of course. If there's anything out there that I positively can't miss or that you want to hear me talk about. And of course, thanks for watching.
見る方